Advanced Grammar in Use. Martin Hewings.
Unit 14. The future seen from the past. A. There are a number of ways of talking about an activity or event that was in the future at a particular point in the past. In order to express this idea, we can use the past tenses of the verb forms we would normally use to talk about the future. These forms are often used in reporting. See Units 32 to 36. Compare the following sentences. The future from now. The future from the past.
I haven't got much money, so I think I'll stay at home this summer.
Eleni decided that she would stay at home for the summer.
I'm not going to say anything about the exams today, because I don't have time. I wasn't going to say anything about the exams, but the students asked me to.
I'm having a meeting with my tutor tomorrow to discuss my work.
I couldn't go to the match because I was having a meeting with my tutor.
Will you be going alone, or is Louise going with you?
At the time, I thought I would be going alone, but then Jan said he wanted to come. The exam will have finished by 3 o'clock, so I'll see you then.
The exam was so easy that most people would have finished after 30 minutes.
There is to be a meeting of ministers this evening. It was announced that there was to be a meeting of ministers that evening. When the school closes, all the children are to be moved to one nearby.
Mrs. Novak wrote that she was to be moved to a post in a nearby school.
As the bell is about to go for the end of the lesson, pack your books away.
The bell was about to go when all the children started to pack their books away.
If the future seen from the past is still in the future for the speaker, then either form is possible.
It was announced this morning that there is to be a statement this evening. It was announced this morning that there was to be a statement this evening.
In some cases we don't know whether the activity or event happened or not. Compare.
I didn't phone to give him the news, because we were seeing each other later. He was very upset when I told him. Equals, we saw each other. And we were seeing each other later that day. But I had to phone and cancel. Equals, we didn't see each other.
To talk about an activity or event that was in the future at a particular point in the past. We can use was to, were to, plus infinitive for things that actually happened, and was to have, were to have, plus past participle for things that were expected but didn't happen.
At the time she was probably the best actor in the theatre company, but in fact some of her colleagues were to become much better known.
The boat, which was to have taken them to the island, failed to arrive.
He was to find out years later that the car he had bought was stolen.
Note, however, that in less formal contexts, it is more natural to use be supposed to.
I was supposed to help, but I was ill. More natural than I was to have helped.
Exercises 14.1. Write tick mark if the italicized parts are correct. If they are wrong, correct them.
I was going to do the washing, but we'd run out of washing powder.
The concert tonight will be over by about 9:30. We could eat after that.
When we were passing Ivan's house, we thought we'd drop in and see him. Where shall I hang my coat?
Sorry, I thought Ella would have shown you. Over there.
The manager of Newtown United said that the team is to be announced at 9 tomorrow. Or, the manager of Newtown United said that the team was to be announced at 9 tomorrow.
The second half is about to start. So, shall we go back to our seats now?
I knew that by the morning I would be feeling exhausted. But I just wanted to go dancing.
Where's Oliver? He was supposed to be here yesterday, and there's still no sign of him.
I was about to ask the same question.
I didn't phone Ben this morning, because I was going to see him when I finished work. Or, I didn't phone Ben this morning, because I am going to see him when I've finished work.
DNA testing is to be used by police in the search for the missing Dublin schoolboy. His parents have welcomed the news.
We are meeting at 7 in the Globe Coffee Bar. Can you be there too? Or, we were meeting at 7 in the Globe Coffee Bar. Can you be there too?
We didn't expect that having a rabbit as a pet would cause so many problems.
In which three cases can we use either a past or present tense form in the italicized parts?
Past or present tense forms are possible in 5, 9 and 11.
(14.2). Choose the more appropriate option, A or B, to complete these sentences.
The meeting was to have taken place in the hall, but had to be cancelled at the last minute. She was to have appeared with Heath Ledger in his last film, but the part went to her sister.
Later, in Rome, I was to meet Professor Pierce, and was very impressed by his knowledge of Italian culture.
The 20 police officers, who were to have gone off duty at 8, had to remain in the police station.
It was to take 48 hours to get to Japan, and we were exhausted when we arrived.
After the war he was to teach at London University for 10 years.
The bridge was to have been completed this year, but a number of accidents have led to delays.
The new road was to have a major impact on traffic in the busy town centre, making life much easier for commuters.
The construction of the cathedral was to have begun in 1650. But a shortage of labour delayed the start for a further 20 years.
We were to stay with Rodrigo in Lisbon many times before he moved to Madrid.